This is, of course, ladies and gentlemen, set by Louis Koenigs for this World Cup qualifier in Sharjah. The triple bar gets them underway. They take a right leg dog leg line to the rustic vertical at the second. They then roll back on themselves, and this is a very big oxa, the pink and white oxa that awaits at 3. And then it's a shallow right-handed curve to another vertical, the grey and white vertical of fence number 4. This is where the meat of the course comes at 5 ABC, the Longines treble. Vertical, 1 stride out over the oxa and 2 strides to the vertical is a lot of jumping. They then loop through 360 back to another very big oxa that is at fence number 6, and it's a broken line down to the double. That's an oxa, 1 stride out over the vertical. They then roll back again through 360 to another big fence off the corner, the green oxa at 8. They then run down right-handed. It's quite a sharp turn there to this vertical. And then 3 strides forward to that oxa at 10. There's still a long way to go, though. They come to 11, this black plank, and they'll turn right-handed to a very tall water tray that is there at 12. And then it's a dogleg left-handed line down to the pale oxa that is the last fence on Louis Koenigs' course at 13. That is the challenge for this climax of His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup. The His Highness Ruler of Sharjah Cup presented by Longines, the FEI World Cup qualifier. That is the test set by Louis Koenigs. 84 seconds of time allowed. Maximum height is 1.60 meters and 490 meters is the course length. The long track, just under half a kilometer, and it's going to take a lot of jumping. This is the start list for the final of the Middle Eastern Sub-League. This Sharjah World Cup will kick off with a new combination. Michael Whitaker, it is coming at number 4. He's won the Grand Prix here last weekend, and some very good ones on that page as well, including Abdul Saeed, who won the big class this afternoon. Chad Fellows there, the young Brit. The highest world-ranked rider here in Sharjah is Christian Alman. He'll start at number 26, and William Funnell's been a British team flagship member for many years. And the end of the competition, well, we've got the defending champion, Abdullah Muhaid Al-Mahari. He won here last year. He'll start late with Cha Cha Cha. That is the field for the FEI World Cup qualifier here in Sharjah.
The qualification for the Longines FEI World Cup final in Las Vegas in April will be decided from the North African League and from the Arab League.
It's business time here, ladies and gentlemen, in Sharjah for the final qualifier of this Arabian League, and the crucial places to be decided this evening for who in the current rankings will make the trip to Las Vegas for the 2020 World Cup final. That's all at stake this evening. €150,000 is the prize fund, and of that it will be 1/3, i.e. €50,000 will go to the winner. And the first to go is a new combination. We welcome forward Ahmed Saber-Hamcho, the first to jump for Syria. And this is a new combination. Former rider Victoria Gullikson. It is DeVille who gets us underway with Ahmed Saber-Hamcho. This pair really are absolutely raw, because only the second show they've competed together. This mare, she's 12 years of age. Competed with Victoria Gullikson up into mid-December last year. Their last outing as a partnership was in La Coruña's World Cup in Spain. Ahmed Saberhamcho is still clear as he turns now down to this green oxer at 8. And they're all still standing. This is a very good round. But still a long way home from here. And sadly, Deville just tips the top of that vertical at 9. That's what I mean. There's a lot of work to do before you get to 8, and then there's still a long way home. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 are all massive. And Ahmed Saberhamcho, though, must be very happy when he looks back. He'll be frustrated now, but I think on reflection, he'll bear in mind that was their first World Cup as a partnership and 2 down for the Syrian combination.
So Germany's now.
This pair went superbly in the Longines Grand Prix on Saturday. We welcome forward Holger Wuschner. He rides tonight, Gerd South's Casirius on course. This pair start very well as they turn now to the teeth of Louis Koenigs's course as Longines treble across the diagonal, 1 stride between the vertical and oxer, and 2 strides out of the oxer to the final vertical. Casirius going very nicely. They've jumped 2 World Cups in the Middle East since the season started. Al Shirah and Abu Dhabi. The best finish was 10th in Abu Dhabi just before, or just the start of the new year. This is a very good round here. Got right underneath that plank, but Casirius operated from a very deep spot. Now Holger Wuschner travels for the final fence. Time is okay, and that is a super round. We have our first clear on this demanding Louis Koenigs course for the His Highness Ruler of Sharjah Cup, presented by Longines. Holger Wuschner jumps the first clear of the big class for Germany aboard Casirius.
Second in the Grand Prix in Liège, second in the World Cup.
The next to come, the man who hails from southern Austria, just locally to Graz. We welcome forward Gerfried Puck now. Longines ranked number 283 in the world rankings. A wealth of experience under that green jacket. 5 senior Europeans. And the Worlds in Aachen in 2006. Bingo de Park gets underway with Gerfried Puck. This pair went very well in the Al Shirah World Cup late January. That was 8th position. And this horse, only 9 years of age, would be one of the youngest in the field tonight. Bred by André Herrois in France, and the son of my Lord Carthago. He's on springs tonight, this horse. Bingo de Park turns still clear down to this green oxer at 8. Powers over that. Gerfried Puck going absolutely beautifully here. Now, 84 seconds of time. I think he's Safe on the clock as well. Well, what a round this has been. Bingo de Park comes to the very final fence and jumps it beautifully. We have a jump off after the first three. What a standard. Holger Vushna is joined by a determined looking Gerfried Puck, who jumps a cracker for our second clear of the His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup.
Yes, it is Great Britain now. Second in the feature class this afternoon. He's enjoyed a very good His Highness Ruler of Sharjah Cup 2020. Jack Whittaker, Marga Whittaker, Molly Olstrom's FEI, Great Britain.
Next to come, this man having a very good couple of weeks here in Sharjah. Come over with his dad Michael, and he was a brilliant second this afternoon to Abdul Saeed in the 5-star class. Jack Whittaker gets underway. FEI for the world number 202 gets started. Jack rode at the Youth Olympics in Buenos Aires, Argentina. 2018 was Team Silver there. 5 Youth Europeans. Team Silver in Fontainebleau 2018. And he rode last year in the Netherlands and was 8th individually. Aboard his other horse, the one that was good in the class before this one today, Skenletha. This man's in great form. He's a Whittaker, of course. And FEI is coasting on very nicely. Jack still based at home, and well, where else would you be with that knowledge? This is a very good round. He is having a magnificent afternoon. Father Michael will come later aboard the horse that won the Grand Prix last Saturday here in Sharjah. And Jack Whittaker is another clear round. What an afternoon for Jack. He is flying. Really impressive on 2 horses. He's flying very high today. Well done, Jack Whittaker. We have a 3-way jump off now between Holger Vushna, Gerfried Puck and Jack Whittaker.
Well, the lady who's lying in 8th place on the FEI Arab League jumped really well in Al Jadida and in Rabat. Dalma Rushdie Malhas for the Saudi Arabian Equestrian Federation, Impero della Sharjah, Saudi Arabia.
The new starter for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We welcome Dalma Malhas is the next to come. Dalma aboard Impero della Schiave for the Saudis. Youth Olympian in Singapore 2010, went brilliantly with Flash Top Hat for 3rd place. And last year was her debut at the World Equestrian Games. She rode in Tryon. In fact, 2018, 2 years ago now. But already in hot water out on Louis Koenig's course. First blemish to the Saudi Arabian card. This pair have been pretty active on the World Cup circuit. They were in Abu Dhabi, Al Ain, Riyadh as well. "12 years of age, this Italian sport horse, as the Schiave indicates. Was bred by Alessandro Ridoli in Italy. Oh, really buried though into 9, right at the foot of the vertical. No chance from that. And sadly now 4 down for Dalma Malhas. She perseveres. Well, tough evening at the office for the Saudi Arabian, I'm afraid. It is 1-time penalty as well. Dalma Malhas has 16 jumping and also 1 time penalty. 17 is the total for the Saudi Arabian.
So the lady who's based in Dubai for the Winter Series, and the lady who was 6th in this World Cup presented by Longines 12 months ago. She's been in the money this week, both in the 2-star and in the 5-star. What can she do tonight? Tina Lund, Glenn Nielsen's Carrello for Denmark.
Next to come, this is a really powerful jumper. Tina Lund sets sail with Carrello. She's having a very good couple of weeks here in Sharjah. This horse is very scopy, as you can see as he explodes off the sand at 1. Carrello competed at the World Cups in Al Ain, Abu Dhabi and Al Sharjah as well. And it's a super start for Tina Lund. Her best finish came actually in Abu Dhabi. Start of last season, she was 2nd in the 160 Grand Prix there. And this horse was 2nd in the Puissance here last year as well. So as you can tell, this horse has got a massive jump and he is still clear. Time is just okay, I think. Tina Lund is coming down to the final fence to deliver the 4th clear. Look at that, 3/4 of a second inside the time. She pushed the time pretty close with the big jump in Carrello. That's probably so much air time he spends, but it is our 4th clear. Denmark, Germany, Britain and Austria are those that are qualified. This jump off to decide the fate of His Highness Arullah Sharjah Cup, presented by Longines, is warming up beautifully.
On the FEI Jumping World Cup for the Arab League, they picked up 17 valuable points out of their 7 rounds in Riyadh in December. Mohammed Al-Kamaiti, the Al Sharjah stables, Dalida van der Zuidheuvel for the United Arab Emirates.
On course, we welcome Mohammed Al-Kamaiti is the new starter. He lies in 4th place in the Arabian League standing, so he needs a big finish tonight to try and qualify for the World Cup finals in Las Vegas. Dalida van der Zuidheuvel is his ride this evening. Starts very well. Belgian mare, she's 11 years of age. They went brilliantly in the World Cup in Riyadh just before Christmas to lift 2nd place there. So this pair more than capable. Mohammed Al-Kamaiti rounds the top end of the stadium, which is well populated. The home nation are enjoying this as we look for our 5th clear and the 1st for the United Arab Emirates. Good tight turn back to the water tray. Should eliminate time from the equation. And he jumps the last fence. 1 second precisely inside the time. The home nation are in business. Of course, they won this title last year courtesy of Abdullah Humaid Muhari, who comes a little bit later. And that's a lovely round from Mohammed Al-Kamaiti. puts the United Arab Emirates into the jump-off.
So now the young man from Ireland, the young man who won a Longines World Ranking class last week. He was third in the Longines Grand Prix qualifier here 2 nights ago. Jack Ryan and Anne-Marie Fagan's SNR High Hopes, Ireland.
One of the youngest guns here this week, but he's been firing already. He won a very good world ranking class last week. And as you see, 18 years of age only. He's precociously talented. And I think the future is very bright. Sit back and enjoy young Jack Ryan. SNR high hopes for Jack this evening. He's already had a glittering youth career, having competed at 7 youth championships already. He won with Diesel, the 1m45 last week here in Sharjah. Oh, that's a shame. Early blemish for SNR High Hopes. Comes at the second. Caused quite a lot of problems, the same coloured fence in the class before this one. And I speculated it might just be because it's a rustic colour and it rather blends in with the sand footing of the arena, and maybe the horses just can't quite visualise it clearly. So they're not able to focus on it and therefore jump it cleanly. That's my theory. Jack Ryan grits his teeth and presses SNR High Hopes onwards. Oh, this round has really improved. Oh, so frustrating. But that is, as the riders well know, the nature of horse sport. They know it better than anybody. It's slim margins, and Jack Ryan, oof, very frustrated. He was way inside the time. And that early rail shakes his head as if to say that was a nonsense, because the round was so good after that. That's a real shame. Jack Ryan for Ireland, that we'll hear a lot more of him in the future for sure, has 4 this evening. The jump off's already getting congested. We've only jumped a handful, but it is 5 already. But relaxing now, but we'll be very much on their mettle in about an hour and a quarter's time when we start the jump off here in Sharjah. Yeah, and actually just heard Nick Brooks-Ward on the commentary in the arena. Of course, to call it a jump off isn't actually quite accurate because it's a second round. So it's not only the clear rounds necessarily. We are going to take the top 25%. And with 41 starters, we'll be taking 10. And the caveat to that is if there's more than 10 clear rounds, all of the clears will come back. So it's either the best 10 or all of the clear rounds that we will see again in the second round. That is how the second round works, just to clarify that. Well, next to come, we welcome the man who won jointly last night's class. It was an incredible jump off and an absolute dead heat between this man and Muda Zayada. He won the 7-year-old class here this morning. Same one for the second Irishman back to back. The Irish cursed at fence 2, sadly, as Shane Breen aboard Z7 Ipswich, the horse that jointly won him last night's world ranking class, is sadly unstuck at the second. Well, Shane Breen, just that one mistake. He would have been one of the favourites pre-match this evening. But that, as we say, is horses occasionally. And that was an unlucky, unusual mistake for Shane Breen. And Z7 Ipswich, they bow out of the His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup. Next to come, it is a talented young rider for Egypt we welcome. Well, he's not that young anymore, mind you, same age as me. I feel young. And we welcome Shady Samir. He rides Chardonnay tonight. Egypt having a wonderful competition. Abdul Saeed won the class this afternoon. Mudazayada tied for first place with Shane Breen last night, and Mudazayada tied for first place in the Puissance as well. So can the Egyptian love affair with Sharjah continue here? Shady Samir comes forward aboard his lovely Chardonnay. Puts in a super jump at the first fence. That will give him a load of confidence. 10-year-old Holsteiner gelding, the son of Cavalier Cumano, who was Jos Lanzig's world champion in Aachen back in 2006. So this horse bred from the very best. Owned by the Marlow stables. Well, just rubbed the top of both in and out, but they have stayed put. Fortunately for Shady Samir. Five clears and potentially here a sixth. His time must be quick enough. He's rattling on. He's still got 20 seconds, but what's becoming a bit of a bogey fence as well. It's 2 and 9 that are causing the problems. Sadly catches out Chardonnay. It's a great course this from Louis Koenigs. Problems spread all around the track, and that was unlucky. One rail down, one time penalty as well, actually. Surprisingly, Shady Samir comes home with Chardonnay with a score of 5 in the His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup.
Now, very much eyes on Tokyo 2020, the Olympic Games. They were third last night. He's been to 4 Olympic Games. What can he do tonight in the FEI Jumping World Cup of Sharjah, presented by Longines? Bruce Goodin, back at Orps, Danny the 5th, New Zealand.
On course now is the Titan, 4-time Olympian Bruce Goodin. Sets off aboard back at Orps, Danny the 5th. Bruce was third last night in behind Shane Breen and Muda Zayada with Danny. The only horse he's flown over to Sharjah. And very much now with an eye on Tokyo 2020 to try and go to his 5th Olympics. Based in southern Sweden with his wife Ulrika and their team. Faint rub out of the Longines treble. It stays. Back at Torps, Danny. God, he's not giving them a huge amount of clearance. It's edgy stuff here for the New Zealand pair, but he's ultra careful. Horses come in all shapes and sizes. Some are huge clearance machines, others just slide over. But back at Torps, Danny is getting the job done here, and Bruce Goodin is plenty quick enough as well. Gave that a solid rattle, but it doesn't matter. Come on, Bruce. Yes, he jumps the last fence. Super clear round for Bruce Goodin. And that is clear round number 6. And the New Zealander, as he crucially starts to build up towards Tokyo, which is not that far away when you think about it. The game starting at the end of July into early August. That's a very important round for the New Zealander. And we have now 6 into our jump off.
Well, they've jumped in 3 rounds of the Arab League, of the FEI Jumping World Cup League. Sheikh Ali Jamal Nasser Al-Nuami. Sheikh Ali, who won the Young Horse Championships today. Sheikh Ali with Casper AJ for the United Arab Emirates.
On course now, Sheikh Ali Jamal Nasser Al-Nuami is off to a beautiful start for the United Arab Emirates. Aboard his big grey Casper AJ. Mohammed Al-Kamayati was clear round number 5 for the home nation. They've got one really old-fashioned pony club type kick in the ribs there for Casper. It paid off. In fact, my maths was wrong. It's 7 clears now with Bruce Goodin, not 6. Apologise for that one. Sheikh Ali Jamal is still clear. Now, time is just okay. Just okay. But it is okay. And there you go. Well, I'm getting an old lady. It was absolutely fine on the clock. And the United Arab Emirates have now got 2 clear rounds. And in fact, I was correct with my first attempts at maths. Before Bruce Goodin, it was 5. Bruce made it 6, and now it is 7. Trust yourself, I say. That is a lovely clear round. And we sit with 7 clear rounds in this. His Highness the ruler of Sharjah Cup, the FEI World Cup qualifier.
Here 2 nights ago. It is for Egypt. Abdul Khader Saeed, Alain Demal for Egypt.
This man's been in superb form this week. He won the qualifier for this class a couple of nights ago. He then had a superb victory this afternoon to take the scalp of Jack Whittaker in the world ranking class that came before this World Cup qualifier. Abdul Saeed gets underway with Alain Devin for Egypt. Egypt having a dream show as a nation. They're all performing. And this horse looking majestic as they soar out over fence number 4. Abdul Saeed rides in a beautiful balance. Lightest of seats. He's a real technician. Based in Belgium. And Alni Devat comes strongly through the double. She's 10, daughter of Allegretto. Owned by the AS Sport Horses and the Peters. And Abdul Saeed wouldn't be one to have a time penalty, no question. Nearly put money on that, and this mare is jumping superbly. There's got to be another clear round here. Well, one fence to go for our 8th clear of the World Cup qualifier. That was majestic. He is in the form of his life. A beaming Abdul Saeed is having a memorable few days. 2 very big wins this week already, and he's got his sights firmly fixed on win number 3. That was immaculate.
Yes, and what a couple of weeks he's had here in Sharjah. 2 places this week, very much in the money last week. It is riding Vladimir Tuganov's Vinci de Beaufort. Chad Fellows, Great Britain.
Great Britain's Chad Fellows trying to emulate Jack Whittaker's clear. Vinci de Beaufort for Chad, a tall figure. He's riding beautifully this week. He's been impressing with his quiet, effective horsemanship. And he makes absolutely nothing of the start of this course. Chad Fellows ranked at number 183 in the world rankings. And this horse has been in super form, was 4th in the World Cup in Al Shira. And jumped in the World Cups in Abu Dhabi and Al Ain prior to that. Chad Fellows makes light work of the course. That was very, very smooth. Seems like a cool cucumber, Chad Fellows. And Great Britain moving along very nicely now because the Brits have got 2 qualified. And we have 10 clear rounds with that one from Great Britain's Chad Fellows. The new starter for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia gets underway. Abdulrahman Bader Al Raji is the new starter. He rides the Swedish Warmblood, the son of Tornesh. Hot Stuff is on course. The dam sign, one of the flagship stallions of Swedish breeding as well. Eko Mina. It was Eko Mina and Eko Marco that revolutionised Swedish breeding. But sadly, Hot Stuff getting rather quick into the Longines combination and booting out the entrance vertical. Oh, the round, I'm afraid, has got out of hand for Abdulrahman Al Raji. Really disappointed for him. He's a nice character. Well, fascinating battle that is unfolding here in Sharjah. The 2020 His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup, presented by Longines, is turning out into an epic battle. This last FEI World Cup qualifier in the Arab League.
Combination that were fifth in the FEI Jumping World Cup of Sharjah, presented by Longines 12 months ago. Saudi Arabia's Khalid Abdulrahman Al-Mobti and Donna Evita.
The new starter. It's a very experienced campaigner for Saudi Arabia once again. It is the turn of Khalid Abdulrahman Al-Mobti. New starter. This is Khalid Abdulaziz Al-Aid's Donna Evita, the new starter. It's a very capable combination, and they get one of the bogey fences, that vertical at 2, out of the way. Longines number 415 in the world rankings. And Khalid Abdulrahman Al-Mobti is still clear. He's quick as well. Have no problem on the time. And this is really impressive, as Saudi Arabia tries to join. The 9 would make it 10 in the jump off. Wow, he got very deep to that last fence, but he somehow soared out over it. That was some escape at the last class from the last fence, I should say, for Khalid Abdulrahman Al-Mobti. We have 10 clears, ladies and gentlemen, and things are warming up beautifully.
So now, all eyes in April are turned towards Las Vegas with the Longines FEI World Cup. Tonight, this lady, if she puts in a good round, can qualify.
Next to come, she got a huge reception. Clearly very, very popular. We welcome Maysan Bisharat for Jordan. She rides her own Andala du Blondel, 12-year-old stallion, Sel Francais, the son of Talox M, and the downside here, Landerdale. Out on the course, we have 10 clears. And Maysan Bisharat is off to a super start. Good ride through the Longines treble. That was gutsy and determined. Down to the red and white oxer. This pair going very nicely. Just lost her stirrup, her pedal on the turn there. I think she's regained it. Yes. Now, turns for the final line. Just got to keep an eye on the time here. Time is ebbing away. This will be quite close, I think, to 84 seconds. It's really tight. Yeah, she got a little whistle on the turn to the last line, as if to say, get a wiggle on. And it was just outside the time, but the last fence went in any case. It was a super round until that final line. It's 5 for Maysan Bissarat.
Germany already won clear that ride of Holger Wilschner. Will it be 2? It is for Germany. It's had a really successful week here at His Highness the Ruler Sharjah Cup. Jürgen Never, JK Horse Trucks hopeful for Germany.
Well, next to come a man who's jumping a lot of clear rounds on all of his horses these 2 weeks here in Sharjah. Jürgen Never gets underway. The German is aboard JK Horse Trucks hopeful this evening. Germany's Holger Wilschner is one of the 10 qualified already. Oh, lucky in the middle, hit that front bar of the Longines Oxer hard. It's still wobbling actually, remarkably. That hasn't gone very often tonight actually. The out element of 7B, the double sadly is the one blemish for Jürgen Never. This horse has been in very consistent form. He's jumping a lot of clear rounds of late. But this is only his second World Cup with Jürg. He jumped beautifully in Al Shirah in the World Cup for 6th place. But just finding his feet at this level, I think. And it's a total of 4 for Jürgen Never. Super round, just the exit of the double combination. Next to come, Hamad Ali Al-Kirby gets underway. He rides Louisa Church's Carlos F for the United Arab Emirates. Dutch-bred 13-year-old gelding gets out on Louis Koenigs's course. He's off to an immaculate start. A very cautious approach into that red and white oxer. It pays off well. That's a shame. I just thought he had him a little bit almost too anchored into the red and white oxer prior to the double that he had down. Whether that's just my feeling or in any sense of reality, I'm not sure. And then plows through the green oxer, and after a very good start, it comes unstuck for Hamad Ali Al-Kirby, and he retires Carlos F out on the course. This horse would have precious little experience at this level. It was only his second World Cup after Al Ain in late December. So a bit of a rookie to the top international show jumping level. So I think they equipped themselves very well until a couple of problems, but they'll certainly have learnt from the experience tonight, and they'll be back for more for sure.
Portugal.
Well, this man's got a lot of support here in Sharjah. He's very popular. He comes back year after year, and again given a reception like a native of the country. Luis Sabino Gonzalez is on course. Argan de Belliard is his new starter. Longines ranked number 162 in the world rankings. And Luis Sabino rode in the Worlds in Tryon, and he's got an incredible European Championship record as well, with 6 Europeans for Portugal. From Arnhem in 01 right up into Rotterdam last year. This pair are going very well. The time is good as well, I think. They jumped to the World Cup in Al Shirah. They were 16th there with just 1 rail down. And that was the horse's first ever World Cup, so this young horse is coming good at the right time. And there you go. Luis Sabino Gonzalez is clear. Beaming smile breaks out onto his face. And they are lining up, aren't they, ever, in the jump off, as now it is 11 that will come back. We said at the start we'll be taking the top 25% or all of the clear rounds. And this is a position, ladies and gentlemen, leading into the halfway break. These will all be coming back. Our wonderful clear rounds around Louis Koenigs's demanding course. We'll be back with you very shortly. Grab yourselves a cup of tea or something stronger, and we'll see you for the second half very, very shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've just completed the halfway break here for the His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup for 2020, the FEI World Cup qualifier and final World Cup qualifier prior to the World Cup finals in Las Vegas for this Arabian League. So crucial for those well poised on those league standings to go well tonight to try and secure their place out in Las Vegas. 11 clear rounds, we have 21 more to jump, and a fascinating competition is on our hands. Got some very good combinations that have jumped clear rounds. Abdul Said, I must say, looking immaculate to me. I think he's got my money for the victory tonight. We will see. A long way to go yet, and how many more will we add to the 11 that are already qualified for the, what we should properly call the second round. Sadly, our new starter, Osama Al-Zabibi, takes down one of the influential fences, the vertical at the second. Comes around to this demanding treble. One stride is a long way still off that oxer in the middle, and just rubs off the front bar. And then an awkward jump at the oxer at 6, and I think that's probably curtains for Osama Al-Zabibi. I would think he'll retire now. They're having quite a discussion. I'd say give the horse some pat and put him back in the stable. That would be my best advice. Flash Gordon has had some very good form of late. He was 14th in the World Cup in Al Shirah. He was a superb third in the Abu Dhabi World Cup. So tonight's a bit of an anomaly for the Syrian combination. I think he's going to wait till the fence is rebuilt and go on. I'm surprised, I must say. I would have thought that would be equivalent to a boxer having a few good ones on the nose and better get back to the locker room. But I suppose on the other side of things, if he leaves now, perhaps his horse will have a bad memory, so maybe he's just trying to ride on to try and get a better feeling that the horse doesn't have a bad night's sleep. So Flash Gordon into the last quarter of the course. Got to admire Osama Al-Zabibi. He's persevered successfully. It's been an awkward round, but he has come home. Well done to him. His score is 20 for the young Syrian.
So now, second in the World Cup in Riyadh, presented by Longines.
The next to come is a very capable combination. For the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, we welcome Valed Al Ghamidi. He rides Abdulrahman Al Ghamadi's Senieta this evening. She's a 13-year-old daughter of Verdi, Micah van der Vleuten superstar, who will be retired actually at 's-Hertogenbosch. In March, the Dutch Masters will be Verdi's last competition and then will be retired after that. Louis Koenigs told me on our trip in from the hotel a couple of mornings ago. But sadly, Valed Al Ghamidi takes out the vertical at 2. with this exciting mare. She's had one of those weeks, from what I've seen, where they've been in good form. It's jumped very well, but just had the odd one down, such as horse sport. They jumped very well in the World Cup in Riyadh, mid-December, for second. And yeah, this round is rather reminiscent of their week here in Sharjah. Very impressive, but an unlucky moment. Valid Al Ghamidi comes home. Senieta faltered early and comes home well after that mistake at the second for 4 for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, just completing.
And now for the United Arab Emirates. They were 4th last year. They were 2nd in Tetuan in Morocco. They're lying in 3rd on the Arab League. It's a wonderful Grand Prix horse, this. The Al Sharal Stables, James van den Udehehof, Abdullah Mohammed Al Mari, the United Arab Emirates.
Yes, next to come, a man who's poised on the Arab League standings, lying in 3rd place. Needs a big finish here tonight to try and secure his qualification for Las Vegas. We welcome forward Abdullah Mohammed Al Mari, one of the most experienced of the home riders. And tonight it's James van der Udehehof for Abdullah Al Mari. They rattle through the first few fences. See them off in a real flurry. And then powerful ride through the Longines treble combination as well. And clear halfway through the round, over now 8. And this is a very quick round. It's absolutely lightning, got no problems on the clock. Going to walk home inside the time. Abdullah Mohammed Al Mari has done himself every favour in his quest to get to Las Vegas. That is a super round. Beautiful round from Abdullah Mohammed Al Mari, and that is an important one with qualification for Las Vegas very much in mind. And the home nation can celebrate because they won this very class last year, courtesy of Abdullah Humaid Al Mahari. And now, with Abdullah Mohammed Al Mari qualified, the home dream can continue. And of course, that in fact is their 3rd because of Mohammed Al Kumayati and Sheikh Ali Jamal Nasir Al Nawami. So actually the home nation are in pole position. And it's the only nation with 3 of their riders qualified. Great Britain has got 2. And otherwise they're lone wolves for each of the countries. Now we go to the Kingdom of Bahrain. Khalid Hilal Al-Khatri gets underway aboard Sierra. It's a very capable combination. When this man's running hot, he's a dangerous commodity. We saw him earlier, and he is in good form. That's a shame. Into the Longines combination. First blemish for the Bahrainian rider. This horse was his ride in the Asian Games in Jakarta. 2018 that was. Exciting Hanoverian mare, this one. Just that one rail. It's gone very well otherwise, and again the time is lightning quick. It's one of the quickest we've seen, but Khalid Hilal Al Khatri has the last down as well. It's a shame. It's 2 rails down for him. He's a wonderful character, and 8 is his total.
So now for Belgium, the one challenge from Belgium, known as a really good producer of young horses, jump well here, Thierry Goffinet and Cadet de Rousseau Z for Belgium.
The next to come, the one in the field for Belgium. Belgium reigning European Championships, that incredible team victory in Rotterdam last year. And this man, world rank number 292, Thierry Goffinet it is who comes forward. Cadet de Rousseau Z, his ride this evening. This big grey, his last World Cup was in Al Shirah. That was successful. They finished in 7th place there. It's a new enough combination. They formed in September last year. Former rider of Bertrand Genin, another Belgian jockey. And Cadet de Rousseau Z has started beautifully. 11 years of age. Bred by André van der Papillière in Belgium. Side by Celano Z, downside Carthago Z. And jumping a peach so far. We sit with the 12 clears, and I'm afraid that sound that reverberated around the indoor arena means we stay with 12, but a very good round from Thierry Goffinet. Inside the time nicely, and the plank came out of the cups, 3 from home, and frustrated Belgian exits. That was an unlucky mistake after a very good round indeed. Late 4 for Thierry Goffinet.
On the Longines World Rankings, former winner of the Longines World Cup in Leipzig with the great Talabé Z. It is the man who won the World Cup in Al Shirah, Christian Allmann, Solid Gold Z, Germany.
The Iceman Christian Allmann enters. Highest world ranked rider here in Sharjah. He's moved up to number 10 in the world rankings. Otto Becker made a very decisive statement recently in the German press that Christian Allmann is very much on his radar for the Olympics in Tokyo in the autumn. And why not? He won the World Cup in Al Shirah aboard this horse and dominated 2000. Z was second in the World Cup in Leipzig. Both those results in January. And when Christian Allmann's in winning form, any team would take him. Comes at pace into the Longines treble. The man from Marl in Germany. Owns a Harley Davidson motorcycle. Likes to play football whenever he can. And Solid Gold Z is delivering a nugget that should put Christian Allmann in the jump off here. The time is again lightning. Not even a question of a time fault. Christian Alman has jumped an absolutely immaculate round there. That was so easy. 7 seconds, just walks home inside the time. And Holger Wuschner is no longer on his own for Germany, because the world number 10 has booked his place in the second round. We have 13, and that man's going to be some threat as he tries to back up his Al-Shirah victory with a World Cup win here in Sharjah. Looks in immaculate form.
So there are 2 clues for Germany, 13 clues so far. And now the turn for Jordan. Jumped in 5 rounds. And victorious in Tetuan in Morocco. Ahmed Mansour.
It's a young gun for Jordan who comes forward. Ahmed Mansour brings forward Estoril de Vardag to this His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup, presented by Longines, the FEI World Cup qualifier. He makes a very quick start to his round. Very positive start as well. Ahmed Mansour attacks the Longines treble beautifully through the middle. Dutch bred mare, she's 11 years of age. This pair jumped the World Cups in both Al Ain and in Al-Shirah, but without a podium finish, and sadly just comes down prematurely on the green oxer at 8. Disappointing, because I like the way they've tackled this course. It's been very positive, very forward and attacking, but sadly without avail. Well, good round, very unlucky. That green oxer has fallen very few times tonight, and it catches out the man for Jordan. Has been with his horse since 2017, in December of 2017, and this was the one mistake. Didn't do an awful lot wrong, but that is the reason that Ahmed Mansour's evening will end there.
Winner of the Longines 2-star Grand Prix earlier on. It is Mohamed Ahmed Alouais, Uta Kervek for the United Arab Emirates.
The next to come, rider for the Al-Shirah stables, and he's had a super afternoon. Won the 2-star Grand Prix outside. We welcome forward Mohamed Ahmed Alouais. He rides Uta Kervek for the World Cup here in Sharjah. Has made a very positive, accurate start, I would venture to say. They were here in the Grand Prix last Saturday. That didn't go according to plan. They had a refusal, so this is a vastly improved performance, but one down out of the combination. Uto Kervek rounds the corner to 9 and 10. It's a real shame out of the combination, because as I was saying, that refusal last weekend here, this has been an entirely different sort of a picture. And what's all the more impressive is this is a very new combination. They've only been together since the end of January. They've had literally 6 starts prior to this big class tonight, and they have equipped themselves very, very well. It's their first attempt at this height, and Mohammed Ahmed Al Awais can consider himself very unlucky not to be coming back in the second round. Just topples the out part of the Longines treble. And that's 4 penalties for the home rider. Next to come, we welcome one of only 5 riders to win the Hickstead Derby in Great Britain, not far from his Surrey base on 4 occasions. And William Funnell comes forward aboard the Billy Studs, Billy Diamo. Chestnut 10-year-old gelding, he's the son of 7Z. And William married to Pippa Funnell, one of the best eventers of all time. Still Pippa, one of only 2 riders to ever win the Rolex Grand Slam of eventing. And that is Pippa and the brilliant Mikael Jung. Only those 2 have ever won the Rolex Grand Slam of eventing. Billy Diamo gets underway. It's a beautiful big chestnut. He's got a calm demeanour about him. Britain would move into a very solid position if William could jump clear here, because he joined Jack Whittaker and Chad Fellows, and the dream is alive. This pair 11th in the last World Cup in Al Sharjah. And it would mean that Britain would match the trio of clears that the UAE have achieved already. Bit of a diver, that vertical, but William Funnell comes home with Billy Diamo. What a super round. It was an awkward looking jump at 12 and my heart skipped a beat. But William Funnell held his nerve as ever. And Billy Diamo comes home with a super clear. And as I say, Great Britain move into an unthinkable position. It's Jack Whittaker, Chad Fellows, and now William Funnell. It's 3 for Britain, matching the 3 for the United Arab Emirates that are Abdullah Mohammed Al Mari, Sheikh Al Nuwami, and Mohammed Al Kumaiti. The battle is really commencing.
There are 14 clears at the moment in the FEI Jumping World Cup of Sharjah, presented by Longines.
The new starter. We welcome for Jordan next to jump. Nasu Kayali comes forward. And Nasu tonight riding Frisco. Maysan Bisharat came earlier for Jordan, had a very unlucky rail down in the Longines treble. And this is the last chance for Jordan to come back for the second round. And sadly, has a rocky ride through the Longines treble. The entrance and the middle part both decanted. But to be fair, this horse has not been at this level for very long. I mean, he jumped a 150, jumping the Grand Prix here last week. His previous 150 came back in February last year in Abu Dhabi. And so you can see this horse quite seldomly competing at this level, which explains his couple of rails probably a little bit. goggle-eyed into that meaty-looking treble. But Nasser Kylie coming home. He's nursed the horse around very well. Sensitive horseman. But it is those 2 rails down in the Longines treble that give Nasser Kylie 8 penalties with the lovely grey Frisco.
So there are 11 left to go. There are 14 clears, and now the turn of Russia. The one challenge of Russia. He's brought some very good horses here, and they've jumped very well. He's had 2 places this week. Vladimir Tuganov, Vladimir with his own suspense, Florival for Russia.
We have a quarter of the competition remaining for this His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup, presented by Longines, the FEI World Cup qualifier. 14 clears at this stage and 11 more to come. This man's been an impressive form all week, and he loves coming to Sharjah. We welcome forward Vladimir Tuganov for Russia. This horse has been looking sharp as a tack. This week it is Suspense Florival out on the course for the Russian, bidding to come back for the second round. Shame. Knocks out the final part of the Longines treble. Two World Games for Vladimir, 2 Olympics, and currently number 368 in the world rankings. Last outing was here in Sharjah, was 7th, over 1.45 m. I thought this horse would jump clear tonight. He's been looking in great shape. So Vladimir Tuganov comes down to the final fence and he jumps it. Inside the time, just that one fence down. Unlucky. Isolated error for Vladimir Tuganov. It is 4 for Suspense Florival for Russia. Well, next to come is a super partnership of a lifetime. Anita Sandé comes forward for Norway, and this is the For Pleasure son For Cash. He's a fantastic, exuberant jumper. And I've got a funny feeling that this could be a pair that can jump this course clear. Well, I'll put my funny feelings to bed as he knocks down the second. He's got a wonderful expression on his face, just oozing intelligence. For Cash, clear through the Longines triple combination. Their last World Cup was here in Sharjah 1 year ago. They were 6th in this very class 2 years ago in 2018. Had a great double clear. That's when I met Anita. And she told me about her love for this horse, which is enormous. For Cash is travelling home. Well, I wasn't too far away with my prediction, but it is 1 down, and that is frustrating, that second fence. But a lovely round from there on in from For Cash. The Holsteiner son of For Pleasure. That was a mistake that will keep Anita Sandé out of the second round, sadly, here in Sharjah.
With 30 points in the Arab League, victorious in Nasser Al-Shawaf and Victor for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
The new starter was absolutely over the moon to make the world ranking classes jump off this afternoon, over 150. And he lies in very good shape. In the Arabian League standings, he lies in 11th with 30 points at the moment. And that was courtesy of his wonderful World Cup win in Riyadh in late December aboard this horse Victor. Nasser Al-Shawaf is up and running. And he's cooking on gas beautifully through the middle of the treble. Ah, what a shame. Victor takes both parts of the double combination. This 13-year-old Anglo-European gelding. This one side by Van Overbeek. Out of Davina van der Wolfsacker. Actually owned by Peter Charles. Sir Peter Charles. 8th in the World Cup in Riyadh. The one before the one he won. Just those fences in the double combination were the two mistakes for Nasser Al-Shawaf, completing with Victor. 8 is the total for the rider for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
So now for Egypt, it's all to play for in the North African League, because this combination, they're lying in 4th place. They could potentially qualify.
We have 8 more remaining, ladies and gentlemen, here in the His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup for 2020. And this man lies 4th in the Arabian League. So a good finish here, and the dream ticket to Las Vegas is still possible this evening. Mohamed Talat gets underway for Egypt. Casanova Royal, his ride to try and join Abdul Saeed in the jump off. And still the 14 clears. Mohamed Talat has ridden a very accurate first half of the round. It's been superb. This pair's leading result was 3rd in the World Cup in Riyadh mid-December. The one that Nasser Al-Shawaf won, former competitor. And this Holsteiner 11-year-old stallion is clear, but he's going to have a time penalty for sure. Mohamed Talat is coming for home, but and that's expensive. I think the time penalty was going to keep him out of the second round in any case, because it's the best 25% or all of the clear rounds, and we've got more clear rounds than 25% of the starters. So I think even if he hadn't had that final fence down, it was going to be costly. Those time penalties for Mohamed Talat, and the Egyptian leaves with 6. Well, next to come, United Arab Emirates gasps for breath once again as Nadia Abdul Aziz Tarian gets underway. Her own and Salim Ahmed Al Suwairi's Cortado is the new starter. 11-year-old stallion, he's Hanoverian and the son of Cassus. Nobre, the full blood, is the dam sire here, and it's number 35 of the 41 to start. Hit that fence pretty hard, Cortado, but luck is with Nadia. Another lucky escape in the middle. But Cortado's card is intact. Cortado is still clear. Time is good as well. And the United Arab Emirates would move into an unthinkable position. And still with the defending champion to come for the home nation. Because this would be 4 clears for the home nation. And it is. That is sensational. Nadia Abdulaziz Tariam is clear to join Mohammed Al Kumaiti, Sheikh Nasser Al Nuami and Abdullah Mohammed Al Mari. 4 clears for the home nation. Boy oh boy, what good sport. And how the home side are really fighting.
So now it is for Egypt again. Third in the Longines Grand Prix this afternoon. Jumped in 5 rounds of the World Cup. Mohamed Osama El Barai and Quintero for Egypt.
The next to come to try and join Abdul Saeed in the second round. As we've said, it will be all of the clears that will qualify for that second round. Would have been the best 25%, but the standard has been so high. It will be the 15 that are clear and any of the others. Mohamed El Barai has been in great form over the 2 weeks here in Sharjah. And his powerful Quintero is off to a clean start until there in the FEI World Cup qualifier. That was a hard hit from the son of Quasimodo Z. And further issues down the Longines treble. Quintero's round, I'm afraid, is drifting away from where Mohamed Osama El Barai would have wanted it. Carrying the 12 into the last quarter of the course. So Quintero rounds the home turn. And it's going to be just inside the time, No, just over actually, 0.21 of a second outside. So it's 1 time penalty to add to the 12 jumping. Mohamed El Barai and Quintero completing with a frustrating score of 13 in the His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup for 2020, presented by Longines. But now we welcome the defending champion, the man who lifted the His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup for winning this World Cup last year, and currently ranked number 2 in the Arab League standings, so every chance of making the trip to Las Vegas. This is the horse that won him last year's World Cup. It is Cha Cha Cha. Abdullah Humaid Al Mahari is off to an immaculate start. Survives a little rattle at 4. This pair have been in great form in the World Cup season. They were second in Al Ain, they were fourth in Riyadh. And Abdullah is really attacking. Oh, what a shame. Takes the out part of the double, sadly. This horse has been a wonderful, wonderful servant to Abdullah, but just going the wrong direction here. With 2 down out on the course. This 15-year-old mare down to the final fence. Time is very rapid, but sadly, the defending champion, his title defence ends here. That was 2 down for Abdullah Humaid Al Mahari. I'm sad for him, he's a lovely man, but it is 8 for Cha 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 this evening.
Represented Thailand at the Longines World Equestrian Games in Tryon. It is for Thailand, Yanakabon, Karuna Yada, and Maxwin Hupela van Het Dalhoff for Thailand.
Well, this is a very capable combination that gets underway. And I could imagine they could jump a clear round. I've been watching them closely this week. And as we welcome Janakaborn Karuna Yadhai for Thailand. On course, Maxwin Hupela van Het Dalhoff, her mount. And this is a very clever, capable Belgian warm blood mare. She's 13 this time. Oh, shame. My money's been burnt again. Middle part, the front bar of the middle part of the triple tumbles. I don't know, but I could imagine we'll see this pair at the Tokyo Olympics in 2020. Because I don't know about the strength and depth in Thai show jumping, but I couldn't imagine they've got many combinations of this class and calibre. Be interesting to see whether we do see them at the games. I hope so. Janakaborn Karuna Yadhai comes home for Thailand with 2 rails down. 8 penalties for the Thai combination. Well, 3 more to come, ladies and gentlemen, at the back end of this first round of His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup for 2020, presented by Longines, the FEI World Cup qualifier. And a real battle is brewing in Sharjah, I can tell you, because we sit with a total of 15 clears. The home nation have got every hope and chance of winning, with 4 for the United Arab Emirates. Great Britain has moved into a very strong position with 3 for Britain. And we'll come to the others after we've jumped these last 3 in the first round. This man wins a lot of classes. It is Kristaps Neretnieks on course for Latvia. And this is his good old soldier, Moonray, underway. 15 years of age, this Westphalian, son of Korna Tablensky. So it comes from absolute gold in terms of breeding. This horse he co-owns with Ulaskenko Daniels. And Kristaps is a, well, regular winner on the World Cup and FEI circuit. Ah, shame, Moonray just dived on the Oxer into the double combination. I had him down in my little black book as a potential clear round. And Moonray travels around the final corner, carrying just the 4 for Latvia's Kristaps Neretnieks. It's been a good round. They're going to be well inside the time, but I'm afraid it is that one down for
Well, his son Jack is lying in 5th last to go. Can this man...
5-time Olympian, 5 World Equestrian Games. Michael Whittaker is on course aboard the horse that won him the Longines Grand Prix here in Sharjah last Saturday. Flintstring gets out of the start gates. Michael's son Jack already qualified for the second round with Scanletha. Can father follow son? Poof, what a ride from Michael Whittaker. Purrs down the Longines treble. Flintstring, I'm afraid, has the in part of the double down. This Dutch 10-year-old, form rider James Smith, only came to Michael just over 1 year ago in August of 2019. And I think, yes, Michael pulls up Flintstring and retires. 2 fences down, he decides that there's no particular value in continuing, so he'll leave it to his son to battle for the World Cup title this evening. Sad to see Michael Whittaker exiting, having retired.
Of the FEI Jumping World Cup of Sharjah, presented by the FEI top partner Longines, Mohammed Ashraf Abdallah and Hour for Egypt.
The last to go, ladies and gentlemen, for this His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup for 2020, presented by Longines, the FEI World Cup qualifier. The very last of our first round, combination number 41, we welcome the Egyptian pair. Mohammed Ashraf Abdallah gets underway. He rides his own Hour tonight. Hour, a Belgian mare. She's the daughter of Echo van der Spieveld. And we sit with the 15 clears. I'm quite happy with myself. I said at the start of the programme I thought there could be 20, but I thought it would be most likely 15, and about the only thing I've got right tonight, actually. Hour's made a good start. A few little rattles out of the combination, but Mohammed, Ashraf Abdullah's luck was in, but sadly another one is becoming a real graveyard of clear round dreams, that double. Another one falters into the combination. Back bar goes. This pair were 20th in the World Cup in Abu Dhabi. They retired in Al Ayin's World Cup in late December, so this is a vast improved performance from the Egyptian pair. And Hour's going to come home just inside the time as well, but it is that one rail down. Mohammed Ashraf Abdallah just shakes his head, frustrated with that one mistake, and the last of the first round completing with a score of 4. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are in a fascinating position. The course will be reset now for the second round. It's a mouth-watering 15, which will come back to battle for the world ranking Longines Group A points. The €150,000 prize fund, of which 50,000 will go to the champion. Which of these illustrious names will win His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup for 2020? We'll come to that answer very shortly for you. Join us after our break for the decisive and last round here in the United Arab Emirates. Thanks for your company. We'll see you again very shortly.
as you can see, our riders now walking the course. 15 come forward in reverse order from their time in the first round. All clears, and it's all to play for. A huge prize fund of €150,000. Thank you to Longines. This is His Highness Ruler of Sharjah Cup, the FEI Jumping World Cup of Sharjah, and the final leg of the World Cup Series in the North African League and the Arab League. It's all to play for the Longines FEI World Cup final in Las Vegas. Longines.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the second round of this His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup for 2020. Presented by Longines, the FEI World Cup qualifier. This is a look at Louis Koenigs's round for the second round. It's the Pale Oxer at 1, straight down to the UAE theme vertical at number 2. Then comes the combination. It is an Oxer into the double, the Longines line. One stride and out over the vertical at 3B. Left-handed, it's a tight turn back to the rainbow-themed Oxer that comes off the corner. That is offence number 4. This is then a very sharp turn through 180 degrees back to a tall vertical. The green vertical at 5. And then it's a right-handed line back again through 180, a semicircle to another tall vertical at 6. And then the riders were walking 7 long strides down to the Longines Oxer. That is the final fence at number 7. The course length is 270 metres and 47 seconds is the time allowed. As you see, Louis Koenigs, our designer, and there's the confirmation, 270 metres and 47 seconds is the time allowed for this second round of the FEI World Cup qualifier. These are our starters, and it is a total magnificent clear rounds, 15 in number, and they come from 9 different nations. 3 of those nations are multiple representations. The home nation, the UAE, with the strongest hand with 4. Great Britain, well placed with 3, and it is 2 for Germany. And that is the multiples, and then there are 6 other nations with the lone wolves in the pack, and they are Denmark, Portugal, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Egypt, New Zealand, and Austria. Otherwise, it's the 4 for the UAE, the 3 for Britain, and the 2 for Germany. That is how they line up. And what a composition for the second round of this FEI World Cup, presented by Longines here in Sharjah. They come in reverse order according to their time in the first round. So the quickest clear round, which was incidentally Christian Alman, will come as the last starter. He's got the advantage. And we'll start with the slowest clear round in the first round. And we welcome the 1 for Denmark. Will kick us off in the second round of this His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup for 2020. Delighted to welcome you all to this fitting finale to a wonderful show here in the United Arab Emirates. The first to go is for Denmark. We welcome Tina Lund, and Tina riding Glenn Nielsen's Corallo, first of the 15 in the second round of this FEI World Cup qualifier. We'll have a look for a split time for you as they land over the rainbow-themed Oxer at fence number 4, which is just about the halfway stage, or as close as we can get to the halfway, with 7 obstacles out on the course. And we'll see how they compare against one another. Tina Lund is away. Corallo gets us set off in the second round of the His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup. This horse has got a very long gallop stride, really eats up the ground. Tina Lund, though, turns fairly wide into this rainbow Oxer, lands in 22 seconds. Well, Teen Lund has not gone for broke out there. It's a conservative round, but it's a clear round, and that could be all important. 40.4 seconds is the time, and Teen Lund opens up with a super double clear for Denmark. She shakes her head thinking about her turns where she may have lost time, but regardless, it's a wonderful double clear to open up the World Cup qualifier. The second to come. We welcome the experienced man for Portugal, Luis Sabino Gonzalez comes forward, and Alexander Belliard, the second out for Portugal. The 10-year-old only, son of my Lord Carthago, owned by Richard Levallois, gets underway. 40.4 seconds, the time to beat. And Luis Sabino, I would say, is similarly paced to Teen Lund. I wouldn't think there's a lot to separate the pair. That is a slightly tighter turn, though. Back to this Oxa. And there you see it. 1 second difference. Luis Sabino Gonzalez running for the final fence here with Alexander Belliard in Sharjah. And he is quicker. He's certainly up the ante in the second half of the second round to come home. Just over 2 seconds ahead of Tina Lund. That sets the new bar here in Sharjah. 37.94 is the new time to beat.
The first of the 4 for the United Arab Emirates. Riding the Al Sharjah stables, Dalida van der Zuidheuvel, Mohammed Al-Kamaiti for the United.
The United Arab Emirates are in an unthinkable position with 4 qualified for this second round. And they are the defending champions as a nation because of that super win in 2019 for Abdullah Humaid Al-Mahari. The first of the home nations quartet. We welcome Mohammed Al-Kamaiti. Gets underway with Dalida van der Zuidheuvel. Now this is a bit quicker to my eye. It's a tighter turn, much tighter than either Luis or Tina. This is sharper. Coming to the split. Well, I'm amazed. Says he's slightly slower. Well, 37.94 to beat. He's going to have to go great guns to get ahead of Luis Sabino. I don't think he's going to quite do it. Well, my eyes deceived me. I was quite certain that he turned tighter and he was going quicker. But he goes into second. 38.37. That's a good third of a second, a little bit more than a third of a second down on the Portuguese rider. Great effort, but Mohammed Al-Kamaiti goes second, 38.37.
Portugal 1, UAE 2nd, Denmark 3. Now, second of the riders for the United Arab Emirates, Nadia Abdulaziz Tariam, Cortado. 37.94, Luis Sabino Gonçalvez's time.
Well, again, the home nation holds its breath because their second of the 4 comes forward. Nadia Abdulaziz Tariam, Cortado. Next to try and wrestle the Portuguese time of 37.94. It's a big jumper and mover, this horse. Oh, shame. Not the stride she wanted into the Longines double. Cortado had no choice but to shoot right. Such a lovely horse. He's so honest and just focuses on his job. But that first approach, he had no chance. Hanoverian son of Cassis. He's absolutely gorgeous, this horse. I'm in love with him. He's a cracker. But their round came unstuck in the Longines double, sadly. And the last goes as well. It's going to be a total of 11 with some time penalties as well because of having to represent at 3-8. Frustrating end to the World Cup qualifier here in Sharjah. 11 is a total for Nadia Abdulaziz Tariam.
Third of the four for the United Arab Emirates. Sharjah Jamal Nasser Al Nuaimi and Casper AJ, UAE.
But now the young gun for the United Arab Emirates, we welcome Sheikh Ali Jamal Nasser Al Nuaimi getting underway aboard the other gorgeous grey Casper AJ. Luis Sabino Gonzalez heads us up after 4:37.94. Now this is quick. It's a good turn back to the Rainbow Oxer. Oh, look at the time. It was so tight. 100ths of a second only separating the pair, but the back bar has gone at 4, sadly. 37.94. The time of Luis Sabino Gonzalez stands fast at the head of affairs, particularly, of course, with that one fence down. And Sheikh Ali Al Nuaimi drops down into 4th position. Great effort. But the one blemish was this one here. Our 6 of the 9 nations represented in this second round are lone wolves, if you like, with just one representative, and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, one of those 6 with just the one. So all of the Saudi Arabian hopes resting on Khaled Abdurrahman Al Mobti's shoulders. This is a wonderful little mare. She's 17 years of age now. And I think this pair could really put the cat among the pigeons. The daughter of Darko, Donna Evita, gets underway for Khaled Abdurrahman Al Mobti. 37.94, I think, for this pair is very gettable. And she's set off like a little rocket. Corners rapidly. Oh, 3A and 3B were immaculate. That is a super turn. And this must be quicker. Must be. And is. 1 second quicker, but that was a sluggish turn. Drifted right through the corner. Now, can they beat, 37.94? No, they can't. That was an awkward turn. And Donna Evita just couldn't take off, sadly. Well, valid effort from Khaled Abdurrahman Al Mobti. It was going so smoothly until that vertical at 6. Yes, they lost a little bit of their split time advantage, cornering into 5. But the takeoff point to 6, sadly, was not there. I don't think she really saw that, actually. Again, bizarre, because actually the stride was fine. Just didn't visualize the vertical. Frustration for the Saudis. Now we go to the second nation with multiple representatives in this second round. Germany. And the first for Germany, first of their 2, Holger Wuschner, with the horse that won him second place in last Saturday's Grand Prix. Behind Michael Whittaker, Casirius is on course. Casirius is very rapid into the Longines double. That was lightning. And Holger Wuschner makes a good turn and jumps the Oxer. Yeah, very, very close. Half a second advantage. And that's a very quick turn back up to 6 as well. Holger Wuschner must be ahead here. That is a very good round. He carves 1.2 seconds off Luis Sabino Gonzalez's time. He had the advantage at the split time, but it was the turn from 5 to 6 that was crucial. That was such a good turn at the top of the arena. And then he maintained the gallop to the last, and Caceres has set, I think, a very hard time to beat there, 36.72. Has he done enough to win? I would not be so bold as to say definitely yes, but I think the time is hard to beat.
Time to beat 36.72. The United Arab Emirates, wonderful horse, wonderful jockey. The Al Shiraz, James with Abdullah Mohammed Al Mari, UAE.
The third of the quartet for the United Arab Emirates gets underway. Abdullah Mohammed Al Mari, James van der Ude Heihoff. Well through the Longines combination, and it's a great turn away. But my gut feeling is he's a little bit slower. Yes, 0.38 of a second down. Oof. Oh, what a shame. Could not make the turn back to the vertical. At 5. Destroys a bit of the decoration. That will have to be put back in order. And, well, it's a difficult turn. They come with pace to the oxer. They have to jump it big and wide to clear that oxer. And then it's a handbrake turn after that. And James was a little bit wavering on the corner. And just couldn't make the takeoff point quite in time. The team's got things back in order very rapidly. That was impressive. And Abdullah Al Mari can get restarted. I think he was slightly on the back foot in any case. Of course, we'll never know. But he was down a third of a second, and then the turn was wide. He would have lost more time on the turn. So I think sadly the opportunity was already slipping out of his hands. And the total is 5 for Abdullah Mohammed Al Mari, the third of the 4 for the home nation, runs into trouble.
Mark my words, that is a championship, a world championship horse of Abdullah's. It is a super jumping horse. 6 left to go. Time to beat is 36.72.
Now business, because this man has been in sensational form these last 2 weeks. He won the Longines Grand Prix qualifier a couple of nights ago. He won the big class this afternoon, taking Jack Whitaker's scalp in the process. And this horse looked absolutely phenomenal to me in the first round today. We welcome Abdul Saeed and his 10-year-old mare, the daughter of Allegretto, Alanine de Vin, gets on course for Egypt. Holger Wuschner's time, 36.72 to beat. Well, I think quite a conservative start there, but then it's a very good turn back to 3. And that was lightning through that. Now this is going to be quicker. He's gone so fast between 3A and this point. Must be ahead, yeah, 1 1/4 seconds. Abdul Saeed is keeping up the flow, and it's a very tight turn back to the vertical. Wow, that was a turn. This must be quicker. Abdul Saeed comes romping home. 1.42 seconds. He takes off the German time. Oh, the turn from 5 to 6 was absolutely handbrake. The speed he made up in the Longines double was also a pivotal point. That was a masterclass from Abdul Saeed. And the gallop to the last finished the job off beautifully. The Egyptian leading 35.3. Now that is a hard time to beat.
35.30, the time to beat in the FEI Jumping World Cup of Sharjah. of 3 rides for Great Britain. Chad Fellows, Vladimir Tuganovs, Vinci de Beaufort.
But still the 3 of Great Britain, all still to start. And to lead off the British charge is Chad Fellows. He's got to grit his teeth and do something out of the ordinary to unsettle Abdul Saeed on top of the leaderboard. 35.3 seconds to beat. And Vinci de Beaufort, well, can't be as quick through the Longines combination. But that was a good turn. That's a very good line, right across the angle. Well, yeah, 3/4 of a second down. Chad Fellows has got to pull the rabbit out the bag in the second half. Good turn, but I think Abdul Saeed was tighter to that vertical. Chad Fellows hacks home. It's a very good round indeed. Abdul Saeed stays safe on top, but Chad Fellows relegates Holger Vushna down into 3rd place. 36.41 was the British time. Chad Fellows, first time I've seen him this week, looks very talented, and he goes 2nd in this His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup presented by Longines. That is a position. Abdul Saeed heads us up 35.3. Well, now the battle of the afternoon's class was Abdul Saeed beating Jack Whittaker. Can Jack Whittaker now turn the tables and claim the scalp of Abdul Saeed? He's going to have to go for broke. Elukar VE gets away pretty well, but now he's got to go, and he does. Abdul Saeed was lightning here, and this turn was amazing. Jack is good as well, but I think he must be slightly slower. Yeah, 1.5 seconds down. Come on, Jack Whittaker. I think wider here as well. I think Abdul Saeed has got this one. But it's a great effort from Jack Whittaker. He's had a superb afternoon. Shakes his head. But don't worry, it's a name you're going to hear a load more of in the years to come. He was 2nd to Abdul in the class before this one. And Jack Whittaker goes into 4th with Elukar VE for Britain.
Left to go. This man was 3rd last night. 4 Olympic Games in his long...
Well, 4 left to come, and we welcome the 4-time Olympian. I wonder what's going through his mind. Is he going to try and chase down Abdul Saeed or settle for a double clear? He's certainly revving up back towards Danny with eyes on the top prize. Bruce Goodin gets underway, and it's a quick start. Turn back to 3A, and B is a very good one as well. And boy, did he angle out over that vertical. This is quick here. Bruce Goodin is going for the top prize here, and I think he's ahead. Oh, 3/4 of a second now. Bruce is still flying over 5. Now this is where Abdul Saeed was amazing. And the New Zealander is as good. This is going right to the wire. I think he's going to take the lead here. Oh, what a round that is. We all thought the time was unbeatable. Forgive me at the start for questioning whether Bruce would try and beat Abdul Saeed, because he's come out and he's put the Egyptian time to the sword. 34.68. Now, go out and beat that. That was brilliant.
To go in the FEI Jumping World Cup of Sharjah presented by Longines. New time to beat 34.68. Austria.
Well, I was here a couple of years ago when Henrik von Eckermann jumped one of the quickest rounds I'd ever seen to win. And tonight's class is living up to, well, last year's final with Abdullah Humaid Al Maheri and the von Eckermann win. It's a classic showdown. We just did not think Abdul Saeed could be beaten. And Bruce Goodin has gone out and said to the New Zealand selectors, take me to the Olympics. And 3 more to come. It's not over yet. Gerfried Puck, this is for Austria. The man from Graz. He's starting quickly as well. Bingo de Park. Well, about a second down on Bruce Goodin, out over the second. Big jumps into the Longines combination. Bingo de Park, yeah. Can't match the Kiwi pace. 1.5 seconds in arrears. But Gerfried Puck is really throwing everything at this. FEI World Cup qualifier. 150,000 euros, why wouldn't he? And it's a very good round from the Austrian. He's tried absolutely everything out there. 37.51 for Bingo de Park puts Gerfried Puck into 6th position.
The Billy starts, Billy Diamo, William Funnell, Great Britain.
Billy Diamo has got a late draw with William Funnell. And he rattles the first, gets away with it. Must be a bit slower down over the second than Bruce Goodin. There's Billy Diamo through the Longines combination. The crowd whistling, trying to G William up down to the Rainbow Oxer. And yeah, a couple of seconds down on the Kiwi. So William Funnell coming down to the last fence. It's a good round, but no fireworks from the Brits. 37.31 is going to go just in behind Jack Whittaker and ahead of Gerfried Puck. William Funnell, Billy Diamo go into 7th position. Late stages here in the His Highness the Ruler of Sharjah Cup for 2020.
He was second in the Longines round in Leipzig in Germany last month. He's won a World Cup here.
Well, the battle continues, the last of the second round. The highest world ranked rider here in Sharjah, world number 10, and the winner of the Al Shara leg of the World Cup just a couple of weeks ago. The Iceman Christian Ehrmann comes forward aboard Solid Gold Z to try and come home ahead of Bruce Goodin. 34.68 is the time to beat. If there's one man in the world who can do it, it's this man right here. It's a fearsome task, but Christian Ehrmann, of course, can. Quick start. Great turn. Flying at 3A. How did that stay up? I do not know. Christian Ehrmann is burning rubber here. This will be very close on the split time. Only half a second in it here. I fancy that was a slightly slower turn back to 5. 34.68 to beat. Wow, Christian Ehrmann goes for the final fence. He's going to be just outside, but that is a great effort. 35.27 goes into second place. Well done, Christian. Great effort. Abdul Saeed, that incredible round, is relegated into third with a bit of brilliance from the world number 10. What a superb class, ladies and gentlemen, we have enjoyed here in Sharjah. Confirmation of the results. It's a New Zealand win. Bruce Goodin lifts the His Highness Ruler of Sharjah Cup with a breathtaking round, 34.68, to hold off the challenge of the world number 10. Christian Ehrmann is second. Abdul Saeed crowns a wonderful week here with 2 wins and a 3rd place in the World Cup qualifier. Chad Fellows comes of age in 4th place. And these ones, all those that qualified for the second round, all with very, very strong performances. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a real privilege bringing you the action here in Sharjah. We've witnessed some scintillating sport, and a four-time Olympian, Bruce Goodin, wins the big class, the FEI World Cup, on his road to Tokyo.